Bulavinaka Fiji, namaste, and a very good evening to you. Welcome to Jejemon. I hope you're having a relaxing evening from whatever part of the country you're joining me from tonight. This week, I would like to greet our viewers here in the capital city. Thank you for your company, and I hope you all enjoy the show tonight. Kickstarting our show, we meet one of the most talented and creative individuals I know. I first got to notice his creative flair when we attended high school together at Suva Grammar School. This gentleman designed the covers for our end-of-year magazines. Now, he is one of the most sought-after creative photographers in Fiji. In fact, he travels the world capturing special moments for bridal parties that book him. He is from the province of Tailevu, and along with his wife Gita, Ropate Kama is one of the creative brains behind the award-winning Kama Catch Me photography.
Bula, my name is Ropate Kama from Kama Catch Me Photography. To answer that question, I'll go probably all the way back to high school. I went to school in Suva Grammar, as you know, and I think that Suva Grammar really gave me a push to explore more of my creative side. So I wasn't very academic, but I was very creative, and they didn't stop me from doing that. As much as I would have wanted to continue and pursue like a creative path back then, I ended up joining the army. Because when I joined, I was actually excited about having to play with guns, getting dressed up in a military uniform. And then I met my wife, and she was a photographer at the time. Well, she still is, but she focuses more on editing now. And when I met her, I never met, anybody quite like her. She was already running her own business. She was doing photography, she was doing graphic design. She had a master's degree. So she actually took me out of the army, and she inspired me to take up photography. To establish ourselves as a brand and as a style, I would say it's always an adventure, still a process that we're on. But I think we've come to a stage now after 2 years, these past 2 years, we found our flow, and our flow really it's off the beaten path. That's in one sentence, like it's off the beaten path. And off the beaten path is about getting out of your comfort zone. Really, it's our stories. Anybody can have a beach wedding, right? Anywhere in the world, or anywhere in the South Pacific. And you might stand a chance of them looking similar. But the highlands or the landscape, the features, they will never change. So for us, like the highland, the features that we use in the highlands, we know that, okay, here's a prime example. Mount Korobamba, if you're in Suva, you look at Mount Korobamba, it's that feature, or Joski's thumb. When you look at it, that's like iconic Suva, right? Like there'll be nowhere else in the world that you'll find that. So for us, like that's the draw, to connect couples to a piece of Fiji that is. We've shot in quite a lot of places, a number of places. We've been very, very fortunate. In Europe, obviously in the UK, because that's where we started. In Belgium, in Greece. I was just last month in Greece. We've done weddings in the States. Where else have we? China. We did a wedding in China last year in Shanghai. Australia, yeah. But every country or any country that we go to, we always try and get in a shoot. So being like a Fijian in this industry where we're rubbing shoulders, or I don't say rubbing shoulders, but we're competing at a high level. I think that's for us, and we get reminded again by my parents, or friends who are close to us, that it is a big deal. So being a Fijian who is doing well in photography and is recognized internationally, for us it's a huge deal. It's about passion, and it's about putting in the work. I think that is what defines creativity, because it's always something that you need to be better in yourself at. As artists, you never want to be, that's how we feel. We never want to be in a position where we feel like we've made it. So pushing our creative boundaries is always, like, it's become the norm for us. Like, we want to switch things up, like every couple of years, like every 2 years, we want to be reviewing our work and going, okay, what can we do to make it better? And I think that passion that you have to better yourself and do what you like or love doing, not because it gets all the likes, or not because it draws attention from other people or your peers, but it's because it's something that you want to do and it drives you. Entering this competition, Junebug Best of the Best competition, for us, like, we saw a lot of big names entering it and a lot of big names in it winning. We were like, wouldn't it be awesome, like a dream for us to enter and to be placed somewhere? Because they only choose, like, they choose 50 out of, what is it 8,000 entries that they would get, or 5,000 entries, and there's loads of competitions out there, but we aimed for that one, we gunned for that one. And the first year we entered, we won, and that really, like, boosted our confidence. And every year since then we've entered, so we enter in as many categories as we can. So another competition that we entered and that we won, and which was a huge scalp for us, was the Rangefinder Destination Wedding Competition. They're like the be-all and end-all of photography competitions or photography agencies. They come under the WPPI, which is the governing body, and Rangefinder comes under it. And for photographers to be placed within Rangefinder, or even to be acknowledged by them, it's a huge deal. Balin and Belo in Nandrunga, that was like an awesome wedding for us. That was Joe and Stephanie's wedding. And we'd never been to Balin and Belo before, and we actually had no idea what was gonna happen, what was coming. So we went with like zero expectations, but we were buzzing. As soon as we arrived, because you have to go through like a river to get to the village. So we're all on the bus, and we drive on this long low bus, and we go through the river, and there's horses, wild horses, and then the whole village is there to welcome, like, the guests, and to welcome the bride and groom, to welcome the bride. That whole ceremony, the whole day, I think really inspired us to want to shoot more cultural, traditional weddings. I honestly believe, like, if it wasn't for photography, I would still be hungry for something creative, but I would feel like the military, because it offers you accommodation and good pay, and travel, that I would still be in it. Boa Fiji, this is Ropate Kama, and I'm keeping it Cheche on Jejemon.
Kama Catch Me's Ropate Kama chatting to me about his photography work and travels around the world. You can follow more of his work on his Instagram accounts, Kama Catch Me, or their Facebook page, Kama Catch Me Destination Wedding Photography. Now that's the creativity from Thailand for you. Time for a short break. We catch up with Vogue's Anna Wintour next, and her highlights from New York and Milan's spring season for Fashion Week. See you soon.